in all the classes. So, but anyway.
Yeah, Dr. Lamb has joined us.
We better be quiet now.
I know. Hush up, everybody. He's here.
When I'm here, that's kind of like.
He muted
He
himself.
muted himself.
No, he's talking to somebody.
Uh,
He's in his office.
Accurate. How is everybody?
He is there.
I'm here. I was talking with Dr. Law. Just saying that he was here with me tonight. We're all working tonight. I don't know why. We try not to do that anymore when we have to. Well, I don't have an agenda or anything tonight, but it's been 2 weeks. I just thought I'd meet with y'all and say that the feedback has been excellent. You've been I've finished all my visits, and that went really well. I hope your visits have gone well. We've got some issue in Hoke County there in Rayford that we're trying to, but that's not y'all. That has to do with, there's a form and admissions package that the principal has to sign, and so we're working on that one. But other than that, I don't really have a lot of feedback from the classes. I've been going in on your classes a good bit, clicking in on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday nights. We had a little problem with Blackboard, but I think that's because the students using an iPad. But I really haven't. So I had to basically copy the entire course and send it to them via email yesterday. That's an hour I'll never get back. And that was in Dr. Barnes' class. But I think everything else is going well. I've been in meetings all day today. Everything seems to be pretty good. I'm trying to fight the good fight on money, but I don't think that's going to happen. But we're doing the best we can. Anybody, what have we got on anything tonight that anybody needs to work on? I don't want to keep you just to have you.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit earlier about the number of dropouts we've had this semester.
Because we think we know
why. You discussed that earlier.
I threw the graduate faculty under the bus last Wednesday at the Zoom conference with KTA. Steve Combs, and I don't want to drag Steve in this because he's too nice a man, but I think he would acknowledge that when the Wednesday before we got out for Christmas, December the 11th, we had 66 new students on the Crystal Report, and on January 6th, exactly 25 days later, we still had 66. And the dean of the graduate school acknowledged that they did not work any days during what they consider to be the holidays. I don't know how 25 days is the holidays, but that they did not work during that 25-day stretch, and that they had over 50 applications awaiting them once the semester had already started. And so students were late, getting notified that they were in, and that causes drops because they feel like they're behind, and they are. And B, they do not get financial aid decisions until they are admitted. And so 90% of the ones that I talked to or emailed said it was about financial aid. So you're right, Rod. We had more to drop out this time than ever before. That's because 50 weren't even, or more than 50, weren't even registered until after classes had already started. And then it was a week or so after that before they got their financial aid. And we're having a little problem with financial aid here already, in that we've got a new person doing financial aid, and she doesn't understand that we have a waiver for a licensure program, and she doesn't want to do financial aid, not only for our students, but for the teacher assistants to teachers program. And so we had a lot more turned down for financial aid that they actually qualified for. Gardner-Webb said, we're just not going to give it to them. We don't think they'll pay it back. And that was that's their public statement. Their private statement is we don't like these people that they're recruiting. So that's something that we're working on. I fully expect if you find me dead, it'll be the dean of the graduate school, because she's mad at me for setting her on fire at the meeting last week. Bit dog hollers the loudest.
Well, they don't understand what kind of money you're losing. And Gardner-Webb, I don't think, is in a position to be losing money. And plus, the reputation is starting to, look, well, Gardner-Webb is not doing their job. So
Exactly.
Why should I go there?
Exactly. Thank you. You're now, that's my argument. And that was my argument last Wednesday is that you don't have a pot to pee in or a window to throw it out of. The undergraduate can't lose money fast enough. We're the only people making you any money. Why you want to do this to us? And then you're making us look bad to boot. Besides all the money you're losing, you're making us look bad as well. That's exactly right. And I'm trying to get them to understand. But Steve can tell you, we ran that crystal review report every day.
Dale, I ran that thing up until I think the day that the semester started, and we were sitting there at 60.
We never moved. We never
Nope.
moved. We had half of our applications set on the desk for a month, 25 days. And don't seem to care. And then we've got a person, the new financial aid person, she says that even though they qualified, that she doesn't want to give it to them because she doesn't think they'll pay it back. I can't make this up. I'm not smart enough. What do you mean you don't think they'll make it back? This is a staff person. We're not talking about a BP or a president or any of that. We're talking about a staff person who doesn't think that they ought to give it to them.
Sounds to me like she's out of her boundaries.
Oh, way above her pay grade. But now you have to understand there's the social construct or the social contract here. We hire people here that are Shelby or old time people and they're the keeper of the flame here in terms of how we do stuff or don't do stuff. If you look at the composition of our students and the teacher assistants to teachers, you have to understand the makeup of that group is 80% minority. That does not fit some people's social constructive theory of how Gardner-Webb is supposed to work. And that's become, we've as long as you say I'm not this or I'm not that, then you can say the most bigoted, racist thing you want to nowadays, as long as you say I'm not one. And that's kind of that's what's happening here we got caught up in this as collateral damage. This all started over the teacher assistants to teachers program. That's how this all got started, because you know what the demographics of that group is. And then the AIG people and our licensure candidates have gotten caught up in this as well. And so we're going to have some clarification going forward as to what we're going to do here, because we're not processing applications in a timely fashion, and we're not giving financial aid that people qualify for. And so that's how you go from supposed to have about 105 this semester to 59. That's how that happens. From 105 to 59. That's how that happens.
And that's a ripple through the next 3 to 5 semesters too.
That's correct. You don't get that money back. We won't take a cohort this summer to try to make up for that. We're not going to have any more money till the fall of the year. And what money we had, I don't know. I never spent any of it, but we theoretically had a MELS account with money in it, but it's now gone. They took it. They made all the departments around the university revert 1.5% of their budgets back to the university because they were running short on money because all the undergraduates had dropped out. Now that 1.5 doesn't sound like much till you understand that was 1.5 of everything, including salaries. So that 1.5 was over $100,000 that we had to give back from the School of Ed. So we had 30,000 in our MELS account. We now have 0. But see, you can only cut people that have money. You can't cut anything from the undergraduate side because they don't have any money. But I just want them to start being, I mean, I know Steve did. I mean, I worked the entire week before Christmas when we were out, and I worked 2 days of Christmas and 3 days of New Year's week. You just come to work. I mean, I don't understand that. They don't understand workflow. Next month, the whole crowd over there in admissions can go home for all I care. But you need to be here during the time when you got people to admit. But we can't manage the workflow. We hired a person just to manage that 1.5 people, and that's not happening. So I don't understand what we need this for if they're not going to process our applications, and then why we're letting somebody in a back office somewhere make financial aid decisions. It's really hurting us. So and I'm aware of it. I've screamed and yelled and through stuff. I've talked to the president about it and everybody else, the dean, and they all acknowledge that they understand it. But my question is, what are you going to do about it? And so we'll see. But Rod's point is well taken. It's not just the money. It's our reputation that's at stake here as well. We're not doing people right. We are not doing people. We're not treating them the way we're supposed to. I was in a debate this afternoon in a meeting with one of the business professors. He was talking about, why should we pay more if we can get the same, if we can get the work? Because it's the ethical and the right thing to do, Earl. That's why. Because we're supposed to be a Christian university. That's why. We're not supposed to be a bunch of bad people. That's why you do the right thing. And he was talking about, that the business model here is we do whatever we have to do to get by, but that can't be who we are. Then if that's who we are, I need to find me something else to do. There's got to be a higher purpose. You don't just treat people badly because you can, or you think you can, or do the wrong thing, or be incompetent. So, but yeah, we're kind of mired in a business model that's not very Christian-like right now. But that's another story. All right, if you don't have anything else, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Again, I just want to check in, make sure everybody's doing well. And mostly to thank you for all you do. Our student feedback's been really good. Our students are having a good time, and they say they're learning a lot, and that's important. And I've been checking in on classes. Seems like everything is going really good. And we should have some work coming up here before long to start grading, Barbara and Steve. We'll have some stuff, but yeah, it's good. I appreciate it. All right, I'll see y'all 2 weeks. Have a good evening. Thank you. Yeah.